What's going on, guys? So I recently found two videos I didn't edit on my computer back at my old workshop before I switched my computer after I took a break. So I got that for you guys today. I got a good generator repair today for you. You guys are gonna love it. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Without further ado, let's get right into the generator repair. It does run. I don't know why I couldn't have started. I started it up pretty easy. But hey, name of the game. So it's surging a little bit. So we're going to clean the carburetor. I'm going to show you how to stop a surging problem on your Predator or any kind of Honda knockoff or even a Honda generator. So this video will be how to fix a surging problem. So let's get to it. Turn off the gas. And let's get that carburetor off. Okay, so we got the air filter off. It's just these two clips right here. We took that off before we started the video. So now we got four 8mm nuts. Now, normally on these, it's pretty simple. You just got one. Oh, that one flew. Let's try two. We got one right here. Three. Now, the hardest one is this one over here where you can't even see because the placement of it's so bad. So you gotta like stick your impact in there or get a wrench or a ratchet. And just work that thing out without stripping it. And normally you don't. So now that we're here, now we gotta switch to 10mm because we got three 10mm, one 10mm bolt, or two 10mm nuts and one 10mm bolt holding the carburetor. So right there is one. Don't forget to get your magnetic tray here. Throw all your pieces in. And then we got another one right here, which sometimes you have to remove this air hose. Makes it easier, since we're going to have to remove that anyways. Pull it off. Then you got one in the back here. Now the one in the back here, I can't get my whole impact in there. So I have to bust out the hand ratchet, which this one is about ready to go. But I paid $3 for it, so for brakes, I just buy another $3 one. This one's made me about $8 grand anyways. I'm not gonna. Son of a bitch, this one is busted up. I'm not going to cry too much if it breaks. You know what I'm saying? I don't like these ones in the back. They should put a nut in the front just to hold it on and make it a lot easier. So, once we get that out, now we can focus on just removing this faceplate here. What else is holding? Oh yeah, right there. Okay. So now that we got that off, we got the arrows disconnected. We can just move these aside. No need to disconnect everything fancy there. So now what we got to do is inside here, we're going to open this throttle up, pull the carburetor out a little bit, so we can get this throttle cable and spring out like that. Now we can take the fuel line off. Since we know we disconnected the gas to it with the petcock, we know nothing will leak out of here. Well, maybe some, but not a lot. So pull that up. And then pull that off. Yeah, just a little bit. We'll still have a lot of gas in the carburetor though. So let's take this surging carburetor over to the operating table. Okay guys, here we are at the operating table. Now what causes these carburetors to leak is clogged jets. Mostly the pilot idle jet, which on the Honda carburetors and Honda knockoffs is right here. That's the pilot jet. So you got to remove this and then remove that. Now, you know, in my videos, we always remove that jet with a pair of dikes, just because it's curved and gets up in there easier. But let's remove the internal components first. There's all the gas. Carburetor looks clean as a whistle. This thing looks brand new. We are still going to throw it through the cleaner because of the surging issue. So now that we're here, we're going to take our custom screwdriver, one with the edges grinded down. Because you can see on a real flathead, edges are out, flared, which stops it from getting inside. So we use this one with the grind down edges. Pop it in there, put pressure at the same time you're twisting, and it should come out. This is a fairly new machine, so not that big of a dealio. We might check the spark plug on it too, I don't know. We're just going to fix the surging issue for the customer, save him some money. Okay, the emulsion tube's not coming out very easy, so all we got to do is just open this up. Look in there. See that brass piece sticking up right there? Emulsion tube. Push down on it. If it doesn't come out, it's not the end of the world, but it came out pretty easy. So now you take your Phillips or your flathead. You know what? Since we're being consistent with minimal tools, flathead works for me. Just take it. This is called the idle screw. You take that all the way out because you need to take it out because it holds the jet down so it doesn't pop out. Which I don't know how these things will pop out anyways. They're so damn good in there. So you take your dikes and you just very gently. You don't want to. You're not cutting them. You're not pressing down and cutting. You're just pushing in there and pulling it up, and it pulls right up. But see, it has those flared, so as it goes in deeper, it's pulling it up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to inspect it, make sure there's nothing else wrong with the carburetor, no cracks or anything. Make sure everything's on there. Then we're going to throw it in the cleaner. Now normally, just cleaning these in the ultrasonic cleaner and blowing them out with compressed air fixes our problem. So that's what we are doing today. Sometimes you got to drill out these. Let me see if there's, yeah, they're good. Sometimes you got to drill these out, and in order to do that, you got to buy this little set of micro drill bits. If you guys are interested in this, I'll put a link to it in the description. These are really good, but I think we're not going to have to drill that out. Compressed air in the ultrasonic cleaner at a high temp with some good Dawn dish soap normally does the trick. Let's see if it fixes it today. So let's pop them all in the cleaner. Yeah, it's a little dirty. It'll be changed tomorrow. Not a big deal. Not going to affect anything. It'll still clean it. But you know what we can do? Is add a little extra dish soap. "30 minutes. You guys know the drill. We're not quite heated up yet because it's freezing cold here. Okay guys, so we got the fresh towel. And we're going to take them out, all of our pieces. Dunk them in a few times, just to get all the extra dirt off. Pop them down. And there we go. Go ahead and turn off the cleaner, since we're not going to use it for a day or two. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to blow them out. So you're going to take your blowgun, and you're going to find every orifice and blow it out. You can see from here, where the needle goes, water should shoot out here. And then here where the emulsion tube goes, every nook and cranny, blow out the dripping water. Engines don't run on water. Now since we're having a surging problem, our idle jet is where it's at. So right there you see, in there you can see a hole. you want to reach in there, blow in that hole. Then you want to, right here, it goes to the idle jet. So blow in that hole real good. That should be good. Just blow out the water. Oh, let me turn that off. Okay, sorry about that. Forgot to turn that off. Right here, we're going to make sure we blow every bit of dirt in here. Put it in the plug. Put your finger over it. It blows out all these side holes. Then you just take your finger off. Blow the top. Blow the bottom. Main jet. Hold it tight so it doesn't blow out. Blow both sides. I do it twice because you never know what you free up. You just want to blow it out. Double check it in the light. Make sure you can see right through it. We see pretty good. Now right here, you're going to cover up. See how it has a hole that goes straight through it? You're going to cover up one side of the hole. Put your blower on that. Blow. Now you're going to put it right on the tip of the sprayer. Don't try to cover up those holes. I'm just trying to hold it. So I'm letting air flow through. And blow. And that should have stopped our problem. Now let's put all this back together. So emulsion tube, pop it in, press it tight with a screwdriver, main jet, put it in, screw it in just barely hand tight. Like that. Now we're going to take our needle and our float, we're going to pop that back in. Put our keeper back in. And I think my son woke up from a nap. Float bowl. Stopper. 10 millimeter. Tighten it up. Now on the side here, we're going to plop back on our main jet. And we're going to make sure it's straight. That wasn't very straight. There we go. You could twist it a little bit. There we go, it's straight. So now you're going to screw back in your idle screw. You want to hand start it first. Then take your flathead or your Phillips. And like I said, I like to go until it just barely starts to open. Which is right about there. Back off a hair. Choke back on. Let's go put this back on the machine. Okay, here we are back at the machine. So, we're going to take our carburetor, and that air tube fell off, not a big deal, we'll put it back on, and we're going to put this back on like that. We're going to reach up in here, grab that throttle linkage, slap it back on, and there we go. Fuel line back on, slide that down. Okay, so now that that's back on, we're going to put this part back on, the air filter box cover, and put the fuel line into the holder there. And now we can reattach this part of the air hose, but not back in here yet, because we want to put those two 10 millimeter nuts on. So, we're going to hand thread them. We're also going to hand thread that back 10 millimeter bolt so we know we're lined up. And zip these down. You can zip them down while you're hand tying like I'm doing. Now that they're zipped down, we can put this air hose back on. Get back in here and just do a quick hand tight on that back bolt. Okay, there we go. So now we got our 8 back on. We got this back on. Remember, this part's covered. This part's for air. So, just start by putting 1, 2. Remember, I hand tight everything first. so that don't happen. Three and four. Come on, baby. There we go. So we're gonna zip them tight. That one's always a pain in the ass, like I say. There we go. Now I want to put the air filters back on. So the coarser, or the more open, goes on second, followed by the finer. And then we're going to put the air filter cover back on. And re-clip it back in. Now, because we cleaned this carburetor and took it apart and threw it in the bath, we want to turn the gas on and watch for any leaks. And we'll see if there's any leaks or anything. Give it a minute. So far, so good. So let's see if she runs without surging. Okay, guys, let's see if she runs without surging. That is the main goal we're trying to achieve today. So, choke on, engine on, gas in there. Fix a surging engine if you're having a surging problem. So, if you like this video, hit that like button. Also, subscribe if you're new. Thank you guys for watching how to fix this Harbor Freight Predator motor. And you guys know what time it is. It's time to get paid.